Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. How is everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody is doing well. In today's video, guys, we're doing another recommendation video. I'm talking about 15 movies that are 15 horror movies from my collection that are under 100 minutes. I like doing these recommendation videos around this time, kind of get people in the mood for Halloween. I got a nice little variety. I got some more obscure, like lesser known films. I got some films that are just kind of gory. I got some films that are fun. I got some films that are gory and fun. But yeah, I just thought it would be kind of fun to do a little recommendation video. A lot of the stuff on here that's lesser known, I discovered by watching somebody else's recommendation videos. So it's always good to do that. It's always good to share this type of stuff and introduce new films to other people out there. I think that's always a good thing when people make videos like that and share films with other people so you can, expand your collection and your knowledge of film. It's always a good thing. So I'm going to go through them and we're going to start off with one that is one of those lesser known films. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, I have talked about this film before. And this is The Last Broadcast. This is a film that is filmed like kind of handheld documentary found footage style. And it came out about a year before the Blair Witch Project. And basically what this movie is about is this group of they're young adults, I guess, going to the Pine Barrens in Jersey to do a documentary style movie on the Jersey Devil. And only one person comes out. And then there's kind of the found footage on here, and they try to figure out what happened to the two other people. Were they murdered? Was it the Jersey Devil? And so there's this whole mystery around it. But I highly recommend it. It's a very low budget movie. I think it was even more low budget than the Blair Witch Project, which actually works out all right because a lot of it is like found footage. When you get towards the end of the movie, you can kind of start to see how low budget it was. The ending is hit or miss for some people, but overall, I think this is well worth your time. Next up is another movie that's probably a little more obscure as well, and that is Grizzly. I love that slipcover. Show the back there too. This movie was a lot of fun. It's a killer bear movie. I picked it up from Severin when they were having a sale a few years ago when this one became available, and I thought it was quite good. I don't know if it's really necessarily horror. It's kind of horror. I don't know. It's like Jaws in the woods, not nearly as good as Jaws, but still worth your time, I think. I really do enjoy that movie. Next up is a movie that's a little bit more known and by a very, very well-known director, and that's Tobe Hooper's The Funhouse. And of course, Tobe Hooper, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I believe he did Poltergeist too. All kinds of movies, tons of movies. And this movie is about a couple of kids, or it might be a group of kids, I don't remember, who witness a murder while at the carnival and then are stuck at that carnival and are being hunted by some not so savory carny folk, if you will. This movie's a lot of fun. It's a great release from Scream Factory, and this 4K is phenomenal. It looks amazing. I highly recommend The Funhouse. Next up is a movie that's kind of lesser known, but has grown a lot more popularity in the recent years, and that's Nicolas Cage in Willy's Wonderland. I know there is a 4K for this, but I don't know. I didn't really feel like I needed to upgrade it. But basically, he gets a job being kind of like the janitor of a kind of rundown, might even be abandoned. I think they're working on getting it built back up, and they bring Nicolas Cage in to clean. It's like a Chuck E. Cheese type place, and the animatronics come to life and try to kill him. This movie is a blast. Definitely, if you've never seen Willy's Wonderland, it is well worth your time. And it's Nicolas Cage. I mean, come on. The guy's crazy. He's awesome. Next up is a movie that I grew up with. It's from the 90s, and that's Disturbing Behavior. And it's about a bunch of high school kids who are just not right. And there's something very mysterious going on in this small little town, and some of the kids are acting very peculiar. That's all I'm going to go into on that one. But yeah, that one's a lot of fun. Next up is a really obscure one. I'm sure some of you have heard of it, but I'm sure some of you have not. And that's Pulse. And this movie is about some electricity that basically kind of becomes the enemy and tries to take you out. The electricity is coming after you. Definitely kind of an obscure movie, but still a lot of fun. I really, really did enjoy it. The next movie is from James Gunn, well before he did the Guardians of the Galaxy. I believe he was the one who did the Guardians of the Galaxy. He did this fun little horror movie, Slither. This movie is absolutely disgusting, but this movie is also a blast. Yeah, it's about these mutant little slug things that just kind of take over your body and just, I don't know. Just watch it. I don't really want to go into too much detail. It's gross, but it's gross, but it's a heck of a lot of fun too. Next up, we have Lake Placid. Oh, by the way, I was going to say, so I said all of these movies are under 100 minutes. Most of these movies are an hour and a half to just slightly above, if not under an hour and a half. So they're actually closer to the hour and a half mark, more so than like 100 minutes. So, which is only 10 minutes longer. But yeah, so most of these are right around an hour and a half, just above or just below. But yeah, next we got Lake Placid. It's about a killer, it's an alligator. I don't think it's a crocodile. It's an alligator, I think, living in a pond that is taking out people. And this movie has a nice little twist at the end with Betty White. And I enjoyed it quite a bit. I only watched that one for the first time last year, but really did enjoy it. Next up is a movie that I remember watching a lot when I was a teenager, and this is actually going to be the movie I'm watching tonight, and that is Fred Decker's Night of the Creeps. I love that artwork on there. I haven't even opened this. I got this from Scream Factory years and years ago. I was shocked that I still got it with a slipcover because it actually had been out for a while. This is the movie I'm going to watch tonight, and this is about these little alien slugs that go into your body and turn you into a zombie. And yeah, the main guy and girl have to kind of save the town against these zombies. It's a lot of fun. It's a good old 80s classic. Definitely worth your time. I really do enjoy that one. Next up, we are going to a straight zombie film, and that is Lucio Fulci's Zombie. This is one of my all-time favorite zombie movies. I think it's grown a lot more popularity over time. I love this movie, and it's just a straight-up zombie movie. If I recall, it's been a little while since I've seen it, but if I recall, this is not like a virus zombie movie. This is more of like witchcraft zombie type movie. Like I said, it's been a while since I've seen it, but if I recall, I think that's what it was. So it's kind of nice to see a zombie movie that's slightly different than your average like virus type zombie movie. Yeah, that one is definitely worth your time. And a lot of these Italian horror movies, I've noticed, where the story might lack a little bit, it definitely makes up for with like artistic vision. They're usually, the soundtracks are fantastic. There's usually some really cool cinematography. And that's what I really, really love about Italian horror. Like, even if the story isn't anything all that great, it definitely makes up for it. With the visuals and the soundtracks and stuff like that. Next up, we have a movie that has been around forever. I think it came out in the 90s. I just watched it last year for the first time, and that's Ghostwatch. It takes place over in like England, I believe. And what they're doing is, I believe it's Halloween night, and they're doing like a live broadcast from a house that is considered, haunted. And at first it kind of starts off as kind of a joke live broadcast, like, yeah, this isn't really haunted. And then spooky stuff starts to happen. Things start to elevate and elevate and elevate. And this movie actually has some pretty creepy parts to it. I really enjoyed it. yeah, like I said, it was the first time I watched it was last year. I really liked it. I think I'm going to watch it again this year for Halloween. Next up is a very, very popular movie, and that is The Blob. This is the remake. This is the one from the 1980s. This movie is a blast. Far more vulgar and disgusting than the original 1950s one, but personally, I like this one more. The 50s one, I like it. It's fine, but I think the remake is a blast, and it's about a blob that takes over the town, and they got to destroy it. Pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, the remake, I think, is a lot more fun. Down to the last three here, guys. Next up, we got another steelbook here, and that's Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive. This is a beautiful, beautiful steelbook. We'll open it up here, actually. Why not? Show you the whole thing. And I know this movie gets a lot of criticism for being just awful, but I loved it. I only watched it for the first time a couple of years ago, and I thought it was a blast. I loved it. And this movie, if you've never seen it, which I'm sure most of you probably have, is about machines that come to life and try to take out humans. It's a blast. I love it. Emilio Estevez. I think it's really good. I heard so many bad things about it. I expected it to just be awful, and I was surprised. I had a blast with it. It's definitely, in my opinion, worth your time. Another movie that's worth your time, and this is a really obscure one. Benny Loves You. This movie came out a couple of years ago. I think this is another film from over in England, if I remember correctly, and it is about. It's about this little stuffed animal that kills, and this movie is so unnecessarily gory and graphic. It's unreal. Like it's super gory. Like it's so over the top. It's comical. Yeah, I had a blast with this movie. It's not really for everyone, but I liked it. I don't know. I think check it out. I don't think I paid too much for this. I think it was only like maybe $10 or $12 if it's still available. I don't even know. But yeah, I thought it was really, really good, but it is really over the top graphic for what it is. A little stuffed animal killing people. It gets pretty vulgar. But it's great. I love it. And lastly, last but certainly not least, we have Willow Creek. This is another obscure one. This is directed by Bobcat Goldthwait. Most of you may know him as the weird talking guy from Police Academy. And he directed this movie, and this is shot documentary style, kind of found footage style too, of a couple that goes into, I think they're kind of in like the Humboldt County, Northern California type area in the woods up there, and they are searching for the Bigfoot, and yeah, things don't go well for them. And this movie generally is pretty creepy. There's a scene where this couple here, this might even be from this scene, I don't remember, but there's a scene where they're sitting in a tent and the camera is on them, the camera does not move, and it is like a 10 or 15, I think it's like a 10-minute scene of them just sitting in their tent in the middle of these woods, and they're just hearing these weird noises outside, and the tension just builds and builds and builds. It's like, is this thing gonna come into the tent? Is it gonna attack? It's edge of your seat. It was that scene really made this movie for me, but I really did enjoy it. I highly recommend Willow Creek if you've never seen it. But there you go, guys. That's my 15 choices. I just picked some random ones out of my collection that I really enjoyed, and I thought I'd share them with you. But yeah, guys, that's it. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Let me know you guys like what I'm doing. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and let me know in the comments below. Is there any other short movies out there that I don't have in this list that you think I should see? What are some of your favorite ones that are nice and short that could be used for like a double feature? You just want to watch a movie really quick, but you don't have a whole lot of time and you want to watch something kind of spooky. Let me know in the comments below, guys. I love talking about this. Thank you so much for watching. You're amazing as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.